Yes, I spoke with Mr. Barina. They haven't purchased the tickets yet,
Okay.
so I'll be resetting that one.
Okay, great. They scheduled this hearing and I don't really want to reset it. I don't know if they give you resets.
Oh, no, I understand. Oh, I spoke with Mr. Barina. They have.
Okay. Mr. Bettis has motions for speedy trial on both his cases.
Okay.
My guess is if he has a felony, it'll be addressed there. But if not, we need to schedule them, I guess.
Okay. Do I do a pre-trial?
Excuse me. Why did we reset it the last time? Because it was set recently, right?
Yes, Anna was looking for housing for him and
Oh,
she was able to get it.
all right.
I don't know if Anna will be on today. I think
She's in the waiting room.
oh, okay, because I think they're waiting for a verdict in the trial she was in.
Oh, what was she trying?
I believe it was a sexual assault.
And the 409.
Yeah. Who was first chair?
James Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's what they should do.
For Bettis, Judge, would you like me to set a pre-trial and then the docket call and jury trial?
Yes. Although that he still has that unfiled case, but maybe Daniel can do something.
Okay.
Well, she was in the waiting room. Now she's disappeared. Maybe they got a verdict.
If she's not, Gabe is covering.
Okay. Nobody here but us chickens.
Is that what I'm saying?
Nobody here but us chickens.
Oh, she just messaged that they got a verdict, so Gabe will be on.
Yeah, she just dropped off. Not even the jail's with us today.
No.
Ooh. The clerk. The annex too. Good. But I need some lawyers. Okay.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm just waiting for some lawyers.
Yes, ma'am.
There's Mr. Bombara. Good morning, Mr. Bombara.
Good morning, Judge.
Are you handling all of them?
Um, I'd have to check. I'm sorry. Anna just ran out for the verdict.
Yeah.
So she handed me this. I'm handling Peterson, Perez, and I think Delgado.
Okay. Let's start with Delgado then. Annex, may I have Mr. Delgado?
Coming right up, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. McLean is in the waiting room, so maybe he's on somebody else.
Okay.
He has Narvaez, Judge.
Nearby. All right. We do need some waivers of arraignment on Mr. Delgado.
All right, then we'll get that.
All right, court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Guillermo Delgado, 2022-0 C0-2175, 2023-0 C00887, and 2023-0 C00858. We set these for a pretrial to see what's going on. on the felonies and see how quickly we're going to resolve our cases. Mr. Bombara, do you know anything?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that his cases should be resolved on Tuesday with a plea in the 327th. With this court's permission, they can take the plea up there too. It is a DWI, and part of the plea deal is that I think he's getting 180 days.
Okay. Are they going to dump the other two criminal mischiefs?
I believe so.
All right. Do you have anything, Mr. Morales?
No, Your Honor, I'm going to coordinate with the 327th and make sure that we have everything ready for them.
Okay, good deal then. Then if by chance the plea is not taken in the 327th, let us know and we'll schedule it here as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, may I have Mr. Perez, please?
That must be downtown.
Okay, I have him here on downtown. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Alejandro Perez, cause numbers 2023-0C02023 and 2022 P file 06066. What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales for the state of Texas, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Gabriel Bombara for Mr. Perez. Ready, Your Honor.
All right. You are Alejandro Perez?
Yes,
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
yes.
All right. What do you have, Mr. Bombara?
Your Honor, my information is that we were here last week in front of the court, but we did not have a good safety plan. We then got Ms. Reina Kohler from our office, our social worker, to work on a safety plan, and he has been screened and accepted to reentry services. Reentry verified that he's welcome to stay at the rescue mission right now. The ID is not required through them, but they'll get his information through the jail. So we would ask that he be released between 8 and 5 to the sheriff's deputy that's assigned to take him over to the rescue mission. And then we would schedule the intake appointment with Takumi. He's been doing better than he was last week, Your Honor. No suicidal or homicidal ideations. We're just asking that he be able to fight his case from the outside, and we've got a spot for him at the rescue mission.
All right, Mr. Morales.
Your Honor, last time we were here, there is still the issue about the P file. I'm trying to get whatever information we have for intake. They haven't responded to the request that the second case be brought in yet. Of course, I think I've brought up my concerns about the P file being that, or not the P file, but being that, yeah, I understand that we have a better safety plan this time around, but it's still the rescue mission. People go ahead and disappear from there frequently, and so given that the nature of the offenses are more family oriented, I do have concerns about that.
Do we know who the CW was on the AFV?
That's what I'm trying to bring in, Your Honor. I don't have that information still, unfortunately.
Okay. He had been on a PR bond and then he was revoked in October for not showing up to a hearing and for giving them invalid contact information. Is there better way to contact him now, Mr. Bombara, or what assurance does the court have that he will show up?
Your Honor, I mean, I believe that we've warned him and reminded him that there's strict house rules at the rescue mission. But that's the information that I have for the court. I don't think he's got a new phone or anything.
All right. At this time, the court will reduce the bond on the criminal mischief to $500 PR with the conditions that he reside at the rescue mission and not leave without the court's permission. that he commit no new offenses, that he give valid contact information to CJC and show up to all his hearings. There's also be a curfew between 9 PM and 6 AM where he can't be out unless he's working or attending school. On the AFB though, since I don't know much about it, at this point, I'm going to give a split bond of 1,000 and 500 PR with the same conditions. Mr. Pettis, do you have a working phone?
No.
All right, do you have a means to check any emails?
Yes. I can, if I get out, I'm gonna contact my mother to get me a new phone. And it's gonna be the same phone number.
All right. Mr. Pettis, I don't make it a habit of letting people out repeatedly on PR bonds.
Yeah,
So if you get picked up again, you're going to sit in jail till these cases are resolved. And since you did file motions for speedy trial, Mr. Bovada, we're going to go ahead and set them for a pretrial and a follow-up jury trial, or at least a criminal mischief for now. Mr. Morales, if you will try to get that AFB pushed and get it filed as soon as possible, please.
Yes, Your Honor, of course.
Okay, I'm also going to make Takumi that he comply with the Takumi condition of his PR bond. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Right? May I have Mr. Peterson, please? Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Donovan Peterson, cause numbers 2023-0C0-3062, 2023-0C0-2004, 2023 P file 04769. What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales for the state of Texas, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Gabriel Bombada for Mr. Peterson, ready, Your Honor.
You are Donovan Peterson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm testimony may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What do you have, Mr. Bombada?
Your Honor, I am aware that that Mr. Peterson has had a PR bond in the past. However, we were speaking
Couple,
with
I
him.
believe.
Yes, we were speaking with him, and we're here to ask the court if the court would be amenable to him doing some residential rehab treatment during this. We talked with his VA social worker. He is a veteran that has pointed us to Rio Vista and to EPBHS, which I think is the Paso Behavioral Health Services, for their 28-day rehab programs for veterans. Mr. Peterson is open to either option. We wanted to know if the court would be amenable to that. That way we could try to get him a bed.
I think at this point, Mr. Peterson is exactly where he needs to be. Maybe in a little bit of time, the court will reconsider, but for now, every time Mr. Peterson gets out on a PR bond, he reoffends. So I'm going to deny any bond reductions for today. And he also may be wanted, I understand, out of Wisconsin on some kind of army charge.
I'll have to look into that, Judge.
There was something on his rap sheet that said he was possibly wanted on that charge.
All right. Well, Judge, that's the court's decision, and we'll reapproach if we have more information for the court.
Okay, thank you. If that's all you have, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And I believe that Ms. Yaldo will be here in the afternoon.
Okay. You never know.
Well, we just got the verdict back, so
Okay,
she should be able to be here for the afternoon.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
May I have Mr. Preciado, please? Good morning, Mr. Rosales.
Your Honor, he's on a different floor.
Okay, would you please go get him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let me. How about Ms. Briviescas? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Anchondo.
Morning, Judge.
Court calls a case of the state of Texas versus Kayla Briviescas, cause number 2023-0C01168, which says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales for the state of Texas, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed.
and the defense.
Chris Anchondo on behalf of Ms. Breviascas, we are ready, Your Honor.
You are Kayla Briviescas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Charged with the offense of harassment alleged to have occurred May 15, 2022 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, ma'am, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Any priors, Mr. Morales?
Yes, Your Honor, she was, I believe there were some federal charges that were being, not federal, sorry. Let me see here. Assault causing bodily injury, driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content greater than 0.15, prior theft conviction. And I believe those are the priors, Your Honor.
All right. Court will follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to 180 days in jail, probated for 2 years. You're to pay a $500 fine that'll be completely probated, $30 a month supervision fee, complete 50 hours of community service, be subject to breath and urine analysis, a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew where you can't be out unless you're working or going to school. You're to attend anger management classes, reimburse El Paso County for court costs, and have no offensive contact with the complaining witness, Mr. Abraham Duran. I don't want you to call him, text him, nothing offensive. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything further, counsel?
Your Honor, I am trying to get a hold of my office. We spoke with the complaining witness on this case, and they wish to make a victim impact statement.
Okay, well, if he logs on, we'll hear his statement.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State has also complied with its 3914 disclosures.
Mr. Anchondo, anything further?
Judge, these are running concurrent with 2020 0D0 3232
All
And
right, this will
20
run concurrent.
and 2022 0D0 2963.
Oh,
Okay.
one last thing, Your Honor. There is a Operation Stash House case 2023-0C00237 that is being dismissed as part of this plea. I am sending that dismissal right now.
Okay, then that'll be dismissed, and this case will run concurrent with anything else she may have.
Very good, Judge. Thank you.
Then everybody may be excused on this. Let's see if we have Mr. Preciado yet. No, not yet. Okay.
Okay, Judge, may I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I have Mr. Narvaez?
Yeah, please come right up.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. McLean.
Morning, Judge.
They are getting your client now. All right. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Vicente Narvaez, cause number 2023-0C00882. We're here for pretrial. What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales for the state of Texas, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Judge, Mr. Narvaez has a third degree. I'm trying to work with the state. So that I'd like to put that case. I think we're headed to trial on it pretty soon. I want to see how that one works out, Judge, because I think that could resolve both of these cases.
What does he have?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What does he have?
it's a possession of a controlled substance in a state correctional facility. So although it's something like it's, you know, a very small amount, like 0.08 grams of methamphetamines, it was in the halfway house. And so he's habitualized. And so as a third degree case, because it's a state jail, or because it's a correctional facility, the potential there is 25 to 99 years. So I'm hoping to resolve both cases with the state in the 384th, Judge.
Okay. I didn't show anything other than the parole hold.
This one, Judge, is 2023 0D00313.
Okay.
And we
Uh,
just had a status on it, I think, just yesterday, Judge.
Okay, we do need a waiver of arraignment on this case. If you would get that to us as soon as possible. How quickly do you think you're going to resolve the felony?
Judge, I think it'll probably take 3 to 4 weeks. Well, actually the prosecutor's changing. But yeah, Judge, if you could, it's a new prosecutor in that court, which I think will help me make progress on it, but it may take that prosecutor a little bit of time to catch up with the cases. If I could have 3 to 4 weeks, Judge.
He is currently not booked on this theft case. They still show him out on PR bond. So he's not earning any credit time. State, do you think this will get resolved with the felony or not?
Probably. I'm not aware of the changing ADAs, but I would imagine that once it gets situated, this case will be dealt with, or there will be a conviction, in which case, you know, my misdemeanor doesn't have much weight. So
Okay. Then we will revisit maybe in about 6 weeks, Mr. McLean, see if you can work these out, and hopefully you can work them out together so that this will either get pled or dismissed with a felony.
Okay, will do, Judge.
Thank you.
I have a PR bond, and I was to discharge, like I discharged parole on the 27th of last month. Like, do y'all know what's going on with that?
Mr. Narvaez, I'll meet and talk with you about that, but the judge has no say of your parole.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk
Okay,
about
sorry
that.
about that.
That's okay.
Okay,
Thank you. You may be excused if that's all you have.
okay.
Judge, I have Mr. Jose Soto as well.
Okay. Is this Mr. Preciado?
Yes.
Okay, let's take care of him. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Cesar Preciado, cause number 2022-0C01919, which says the state.
Daniel Alejandro Morales for State of Texas, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed.
And the defense.
Good morning, Judge Marco Salas here for Mr. Preciado. We're ready.
You are Cesar Preciado.
Yes.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear a firm testimony may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, what do
Yes.
you have, Mr. Rosales?
Your Honor, Mr. Preciado is detained on an assault family violence case. He had a hearing in June of 2022 that he did not show up to, and that's when his bond was forfeited. The
Yeah.
circumstances of the case are a little unique in that he was homeless at the time, and so he notably kept contacting his PR bond officer as best as he could, but he didn't have any phone number, email, or address, and so all the notifications from my office were not collected by him, nor did he know when his court was. He's now getting back on his feet. He has come into my office. He's talked to me. I've explained to him that that's a violation of the bond, but he still tried to keep contact. And now he is living with a fellow a person he works with, pardon me. And the complaining witness has signed a non-prosecution statement. Let's see. I'm not sure if he actually turned himself in. I think he did. He's also, when we spoke last, he had a surgery coming up, but he was in the process of getting that figured out for his eyes, for one of his eyes. And so I told him to pick a date, go turn himself in and get that done, and we'd appear before you. So I forwarded that non-prosecution statement to the district attorney's office. And what I don't have, unfortunately, and I think he can provide that, is the address of his coworker where he's staying right now and a current phone number.
All right. Does the state have anything?
Your Honor, we have spoken to the complaining witness in the past. We have not talked to her since this receipt of the non-prosecution affidavit. Prior contacts with her suggest that there is a history of alcohol abuse for the defendant. She claims that there was always a aggressiveness between family members. This is also somewhat corroborated by his prior DWI. I understand that the facts may change given changing of time in the non-prosecution affidavit, but state still has concerns regarding the safety of the community and safety of the complaining witness while this case is still pending.
All right.
Well,
Are you employed, Mr. Preciado?
Not for the moment, because I have this operation in mind. The doctor give me like 10 days to recover, and then for the moment I don't have any job. But
Okay.
yeah,
Were you going to say something else, Mr.
I was gonna ask him with the address of where he was staying, just because I didn't have that in my notes. So I know you wanted to know, you would want to know that. Sir, do you know that address?
me.
Yes.
My address right now, my current address is what is 19? I don't remember the number right now. That's MBUI. I don't remember. I don't remember the address right now, but I have, yes, place MBUI, but I don't remember the number of the house.
Who is the name of the person you'll be living with?
My wife,
Okay, that's not the complaint. What is your wife's name?
Susie Preciado.
Susie Preciado?
Yes.
And I believe the state will agree that the victim's name in this case is Genesis. So
Yes, my understanding is that the daughter is the complaining witness.
It was my daughter, yes.
right, so, and
Does she reside there?
that was gonna be my next question. Sir,
Yes.
does she reside there?
No.
All right. So it's just you and your wife?
Just me and my wife.
Okay. All right, Mr. Preciado, you don't seem to have a violent history, at least not on your rap sheet. So the court is going to reduce your bond to a $2,000 PR bond with the following conditions.
Okay.
You commit no new offenses. You have current contact information with CJC so they can inform you of any upcoming hearings. You show up to all your court hearings. You have no contact with Genesis. What is Genesis' last name?
Garcia.
Genesis
Garcia.
Ana Preciado. Yes.
All right. You have no contact with Genesis Garcia.
No, it's Preciado.
Any violation of those conditions, Mr. Preciado, and a warrant for your arrest will be issued.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
All right. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing from the state at this time, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
May I have Mr. Soto, Jose Luis Soto, please?
Your Honor, just to let you know, I have the complaining witness for Briviescas. He should be in the waiting room.
Yes, I'll be with him in a minute.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls a case of state of Texas versus Jose Luis Soto, cause number 2023-0C0-2600. We're here for a pretrial What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales, who said Texas, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
and the defense.
Jerry McLean, for Mr. Soto. Judge, we have a trial setting specially set next Friday in the 384th on a assault family violence with the same complaining witness as in our criminal mischief.
I showed
think
it's
that-
not set until July.
For Mr. Jose Soto, Judge?
Yes, when I looked up the case yesterday, it showed a setting in July.
I don't know when they made the move, Judge, but it is showing on my calendar as being set May 19th, which is what the judge had directed. It may be they just set that, but at the last status conference, we were far apart with the state, and they were saying 5 TDC. We were, nowhere near that. So I'm showing that judges on my calendar is May 19th. Let me confirm that.
Somebody
And-
look
and
it up
Judge-
real quick here.
Judge Garcia did say he'd have it specially set. Now since then, a new DA has moved in. I'm making more progress with this prosecutor, but I think one way or another, we'll have resolution on, I think, both these cases on the 19th. So, yeah, Judge, I have 2 trial dates when I'm looking at them. There's a May 19 trial date, but they have also left the July trial date. But Judge Garcia, it's not showing on Odyssey, but he termed the May 19 trial date a special setting.
Special study. Okay. All right, you did file a motion for speedy trial on this case. So we're going to set it for trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not sure when exactly we're setting now. It may not be till July.
Judge, this one was already set. I'm sorry to interrupt.
When is it set?
Set for trial 5:30.
Okay.
And I think will be resolved, Judge, because of the felony setting coming up. Same complaining witness. These cases are about 11 days apart, too.
All right, then.
In the event it doesn't, Your Honor, the state will be ready.
All right. In the event that the May 19th setting does not go, then we may be getting to ours before you get to the felony.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If there's nothing further, you may be excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day, man.
You too. May I have Alonso Torres, please?
Coming right up, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Caballero. Good morning, Ms. Caballero.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Alonso Torres, cause numbers 2020-0 C0-1545 and 2019-0 C10974. What says the state
Daniel Alejandro Morales, who said Texas, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed.
and the defense?
Teresa Caballero on behalf of Mr. Torres.
You are Alonso Torres.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right. All right, Ms. Caballero, have you had a chance to review the motions to revoke?
Your Honor, I have not with my client. I've been in trial a couple of times in the last 8 days. So I have not had a chance to review that with him.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask for, I know you have him on the jail docket. He does have a pending felony. He was released to the streets at the end of April. And I would ask that the court consider giving him a bond because these are the 2 cases holding him a PR bond.
All right, well, he doesn't have a good track record on PR bond.
Okay.
He did not, maintain his interlock is my understanding, and then there were some positive blows on it as well.
I understand, Your Honor.
Whoever is listening to something else, please mute yourself.
Your Honor, I'm at
Is
City
it you?
Hall and this is outside council chambers and they have speakers on.
Okay. Mr.
So-
Torres,
Yes.
do you have employment possibilities if you were to bond out?
Yes, I do.
What kind of possibilities are those?
It's working like events when I say like artists or say events like Monster Jam, WWE comes in. So it's basically sound and audio, setting up stages.
Mr. Torres, I take DWI cases very seriously. I don't appreciate people drinking or being around alcohol if they're out on PR bond for DWI. He, looking at his motion to revoke, he didn't do anything on probation. It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Mr. Morales, do you have anything?
Your Honor, I think you've covered all any of the points I would have made. So I'm state has nothing to add.
Okay, I am going to set a bond on the DWI 0.15. It'll be a 5,000 surety and 2,000 PR. On the DWI, it'll be a 3,000 surety and 2,000 PR with the interlock as a condition that he not commit any new offenses, that he has a 9 PM to 6 AM curfew where he can't be out unless he's working or attending classes, that he maintain current contact information with CJC, and that he show up to all court hearings. Any violation of those conditions, Mr. Torres, or any skips or positive blows or failure to maintain the interlock will cause a warrant for your arrest to be issued. Understood?
Understood.
All right, then we will go ahead and how much time do you need to review the?
A week.
A week, all right. If he bonds out, we will set this for pre-revo. If he does not bond out, then we should see you back in a week.
Next week. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. There's nothing further. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, then may I have Mr. Diaz? Yeah.
Your Honor, Diaz is actually at the downtown facility right now and for in-person court.
Okay.
Might be him right there.
Is this him?
That's Diaz.
Yes, okay. Let me just wait for your attorney to connect here.
Thank you.
Looks like he's having a little trouble connecting.
Your Honor, may the annex be dismissed? That's all we had on the docket.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. DeCoach. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Would you turn on your camera, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Faulan Diaz, 2023-0C0-3150 and 2022 P file 07134, which says the state.
Daniel Alejandro Morales and State of Texas, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed.
And
Call the coach for Alan Diaz, ready.
You are Faulan Diaz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what do you have, Mr. DeCoates?
Judge, I believe that your misdemeanors are following a felony right now. That
Okay,
we're hoping to go to trial as soon as possible. I filed 2 speedy trial motions, but I believe it's Madrano that's not letting him out, Your Honor.
okay, so he's still booked, his bond reduction was denied?
Yes, well, it was lowered, but not low enough.
Okay, so do you want to proceed on this bond reduction or not?
I mean, it's not going to change anything over there, I don't believe. But I can tell you about Faulan Diaz if you like.
Well, no, I don't need you to introduce me to him or anything. I just, if he's not going to get out on the felony, it's kind of pointless to
Right.
proceed with the bond reductions here. How soon are they set for trial?
I believe June.
Okay. Then what will happen to these two, Mr. Morales?
Your Honor, at least one of them is still in P file, and I'm kind of in an interesting situation here because it's let me check the dates on it because the P file offense is also a violation of protective order.
Correct.
So the offenses were within 3 days of each other, which if we can get this other case in, we would most likely be upgrading this to a felony.
Okay,
I
so
need
he
to know-
already has a felony VPO, does he not?
He does not, Your Honor. The felony is my understanding is ag assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay, I
Yes.
thought he had 2. No,
No, he only had the one. This would make a second felony.
okay. All right. Then I would suggest the state get their ducks in a row and figure out what they're doing, because if he's set for trial on the ag assault in June.
And with all due candor to the court, Your Honor, I'm not even sure about that. I just opened up the felony case to see what was going on with it, and I see a motion to dismiss in it.
A motion to dismiss.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that would be good. That's what I'm hoping for.
So, and based on what I'm seeing in that case, I have some questions that I need to do before we hit our trial date. So, Your Honor, I will be in close contact with Mr. DeCoates going forward.
Okay. Has the motion to dismiss actually?
It is filed. I'm seeing it in the court record.
It was filed 7 minutes ago, Judge.
Holy
Oh.
moly.
Okay.
Well, maybe I do want to proceed then.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Right.
Go ahead on your motion, bond reduction, Mr. DeCoates. You're muted there.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
There you go.
So Faulan had a trailer, and he let kind of like a homeless vagabond guy stay at his house. And over the course of the few days that man was staying at the house, he let him know, hey, I have this machete, and this is what I use to, if there was someone to break in, I would use this machete. So in case anyone comes in, it's not a great neighborhood in the Northeast. This is where I keep it. So that guy starts having like parties at Faulan's place, and Faulan says, look, you got to go. So, I'm not real happy that you have people over tonight. Please have them gone by the morning. The next morning, he wakes up to the police, and the police are dragging him out. And that man alleged that he used the machete and wielded it against him. It was a complete fabrication. So he gets a PR bond, he bonds out, and he goes to tell this guy, you need to leave my trailer. And that guy calls the police and says that he's violated the protective order. So he gets the ag assault, and then these two protective order violations are this homeless guy living in the trailer. And I think that the homeless guy up until like today has lived there. And maybe they found that out and finally dismissed the felony. But Faulan's been in jail for like 8 months or something, and we're really hoping he can get out.
278 days. What was the reason for the dismissal on the dismissal?
Failure to locate complaining witness, Your Honor, who is the
There we go.
witness in my case. So that bodes well for me.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything, Mr. Morales, on the bond reduction?
Aside from the fact that aside from the original allegations of the assault deadly weapon, the fact that we have effectively two violations of protective order within 3 days. Now, I know I've undercut myself by saying that we can't locate the complaining witness, but I still refer to Mr. Dakota's statements from earlier.
All right. In light of the fact that his felony was just dismissed for not being able to contact the CW, the court is going to reduce these bonds. What is the CW's name?
Let me get it, Your Honor. Shaughnessy Nixon.
All right. Because there will definitely be a no contact order just in case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On the filed VPO, the court will reduce it to a $3,000 PR bond. On the unfiled, the court will reduce it to a $5,000 PR bond with the following conditions: have no contact with Shaughnessy Nixon, commit no new offenses, maintain current contact information with CJC so they can advise you of any court hearings, and you have to show up to all court hearings. Any violation of these conditions, Mr. Diaz, will cause a warrant for your arrest to be issued. Now, if the story that your attorney gave me is true, you need to be sure he is no longer at your trailer before you go back there, or you're going to get arrested again for the violation of protective order.
Your Honor, I went to the gas station and stayed there for 4.5 hours and waited for the police, and the police just picked me up and said I text messaged him. This guy has
Don't tell me anything about your cases. I'm just asking you not to go back there unless you're sure he is no longer there. All right.
Yeah.
Anything further,
Do
counsel?
your best, call the office. Thank you, Judge. We
Nothing further
appreciate
from the
it.
state, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Then if that's it, I believe that wraps up our docket.
Your Honor, there's still the complaining witness for Briviescas.
Yes, Mr. Duran is in the waiting room.
Your Honor, can downtown be excused?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Thanks, y'all.
Thank
Bye.
you, Mr. DeCoates. Take care. Mr. Duran, are you contacted? Are you connected?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You want to turn on your camera?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, you were a little late to connect, so we've already had the hearing on Miss Briviescas.
Okay.
We've already sentenced her, so I don't know if you still want to make a statement to the court.
The only thing I would say is that her actions have left my son traumatized. My wife as well. They're scared every time they don't know if there will be any repercussion from her or her friends, because we never released where we moved to, so we don't know how she got her address. And for her to come at 1 or 2 in the morning to do that type of stuff is, it's just frightening. So that's pretty much what I would say. Is and I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I am taking medication for that. She made it worse.
All right. Well, The only case that was before me was the harassment where she made some Facebook messages to you. So that has been resolved.
Okay.
I don't know if there was anything else pending or not, but I
No,
understand her case
what
has
I
been
recall is
resolved
that
today.
what I recall is that is part of the, when I went to talk to the detective, I explained everything that happened that night. And that's everything that I got from Facebook was part of that she did threaten me and my wife. And, she sent me a picture of my house at 2 a.m. saying to be careful. That's what she said. That's what she told me.
All right. Well, she has
Yes.
been sentenced on that case, sir.
Okay, thank you. And
Thank-
is she guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You
great.
can talk to the state about that if you have any other questions.
Okay.
Yes,
Sure will.
Mr. Duran, Deandra, who called you earlier, she'll be the one to talk to about that, and she'll pass any more concerns to me.
Okay, sounds great. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Good luck to you, sir. Then
you. You as well.
everybody may be excused. We will see.